Good evening, and I am live tonight. I'm Angela Hughes, a luxury travel entrepreneur and owner of Trips and Ships Luxury Travel. And I am here with Cathy Kusuma of Atlas Ocean Voyages. And I'm so excited to have her on my show tonight because Atlas Ocean Voyages is brand new and there are so many things to learn about tonight. And so I'm so happy that we could get her tonight because I know that she's been super busy doing her thing. You want to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the whole program? And well, let's start with an introduction with you.
Sure. So, like I said, my name is Cathy Kusuma. I'm the Regional Sales Director for Atlas Ocean Voyages. I am super excited to be here. Thank you, Angela, for having me. It's really great. I am super excited to share with all of you a little bit of information about our brand new Deluxe Adventure travel brand. We are new to the industry. We have ships in the shipyard right now being built, so it's a good news story these days. And our brand actually marries the luxury experience with the expedition experience, which is super exciting and really fun. And we call ourselves Luxe Adventure. It's that laid back, casual elegance, but with a twist of excitement and adventure and visiting unique destinations and having different types of memorable, unique, more active experiences in the ports of call, but also coming back on board and having that luxury feel too. So really excited to share a lot of information with you.
Yeah, so tell me some of the destinations that you guys travel to, because you're just not polar brands, are you?
We're not. Right. So we do both warm water and cold water destinations, which basically means we're starting off our inaugural season next summer when our ship is brand new out of the shipyard in July. We'll actually be taking our first ship, World Navigator, to Europe. So she'll be sailing the Aegean Sea. We'll do the Black Sea. We'll do Holy Land cruises, some Western Med, and then we'll actually do a transatlantic from Lisbon all the way over to Barbados. We'll stop along the way in Funchal and Canary Islands. And then when we get to Barbados, we're actually going to then do one Caribbean and Amazon cruise. And because our ship is really small, she's able to navigate into these really interesting, smaller, exotic ports of call. So we'll actually go into the mouth of the Amazon, and then we'll make our way down all the way down the eastern coast of South America, end up in Ushuaia, Argentina, and that's where we kick off our expedition season for Antarctica. So we'll be doing round trip Ushuaia expeditions from November of 2021 through March of 2022.
So what makes you guys different than like the other lines that are maybe in your marketplace, in your market share?
So the idea right now is that we offer our guests a very casual, relaxed, elegance and laid back experience on board with all the finer appointments. So all the luxury appointments and service that you're used to, but also giving you some unique travel opportunities in these very interesting, different, smaller ports of call. Of course, we're going to visit some very common bucket list destinations too while we're in Europe. Of course, Antarctica is an amazing destination, and along the coast of South America as well. But we're also going to get into some of these smaller, more intimate ports to really give our guests, who we find will be the ultimate explorers, the opportunity to go ashore and do some really unique things. Everything will have an Atlas twist to it, a little bit of a unique opportunity to go in and take a deeper dive into some of these destinations that maybe they've never been to before, or maybe they want to come back to as well.
Okay, now I know that you have some slides that you want to show tonight. Are you ready to like zoom into that?
Sure. Happy to.
Screen. And if you guys have questions and you're out there watching, I'm with Cathy Kusuma, Atlas Ocean Voyages. They are brand new, the hippest, hottest product out on the market right now. In fact, they're so brand new, they haven't even sold yet. First of all, before we get into that, into your presentation a little bit, has it been difficult with the COVID environment to kind of launch this whole thing? Because I feel like you're everywhere right now. So it seems like you guys are handling it really super well.
So it's unique. I think a lot of people first say, oh gosh, what a time to get into the cruise industry. And, it seems that way on the outside, but this has been in the works for a few years now. So we're actually in a very good position. because our first ship isn't launching until next summer, it actually allows us the space and time to really ramp up, get ready. Obviously, our ship is in the shipyard, and we're able to incorporate the latest technologies, the latest safety protocols right there in the shipyard, and have no one sail on us yet. So it's actually been a little bit less daunting than some people might imagine. The idea is, that we want to get the word out and really introduce this new and exciting brand to everyone now while we can. So we really appreciate you giving us this opportunity, and I think that hopefully everybody will be as excited to sail on board as I am.
Yeah. And I apologize, I'm a little dark tonight, because if you guys saw my weather outside right now, it's like the skies are darkening and dampening right now. And so it's getting darker and grimmer outside as I think that hurricane pushes its way up the Gulf Coast. So, okay. We already have someone, Sheila Folk right now says, awesome product. I'd love to speak and know how to sell your product better. So let's get into it right now and tell us what you've got with this.
For sure. So we're Atlas Ocean Voyages. I just threw a few of our slides together just for some talking points. I know this is kind of a casual, laid-back feel. So feel free to interject at any time and ask me questions. But we're based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That is where we're headquartered. Our parent company is based in Portugal. We're a subsidiary of Mystic Cruises. Our parent company, Mystic Invest Holding, is the third largest river cruise operator in the world. And so we have great financial standing and backing there, obviously. And with 25 plus years experience in the cruise industry, we're not brand new to this. This is just the North American division that is our new baby. So Atlas Ocean Voyages, again, is this new all-inclusive travel brand. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what that means in terms of all-inclusive. Our ships are small. And like I said, we call ourselves Luxe Adventure because we're definitely going to skew on the more adventurous side with that luxury feel on board. And when I say our ships are small, I mean we're just under 10,000 tons. And less than 200 guests on board. We have 5 ships that are on order right now, but our first is World Navigator, and she's in the shipyard now. She actually just floated out about a week and a half ago. So she's doing great, on schedule to be delivered to us in July of next year. So we're super excited about that.
We have a quick question right now. Do you have any ships in Fort Lauderdale that people can come take a look at?
We don't, actually. We don't have any ships sailing for us yet. Our first one is being built at the moment, but hopefully you'll be able to sail with us and come visit sometime soon. We don't have any plans right now in our itineraries to come to the United States. The closest that we're going to get is going to be the Caribbean and Barbados, because we don't have any repeating itineraries with the exception of our Antarctica ones. But other than that, we're going to be kind of all over the place. And like I said, we've got 4 more ships after World Navigator that will be delivered between 2021 and 2023. So pretty aggressive in terms of ship build. And I am pretty sure that we're going to be going worldwide with all of our destinations and itineraries. But if one comes to the U.S., we'll be sure to let you know because we'd love to have you see it.
It's so exciting. Okay, keep talking. Tell us more.
Okay. So Luxe Adventure basically is something that we have kind of branded ourselves. We definitely feel like we are in a class of our own. It's not your typical vacation. It's not your typical cruise. The idea is that we are going to incorporate that laid back feel and comfortable experience on board. And we're going to marry that with the finer things. So we do feel that our demographic is going to be people in the age range between, say, 45 and 65. That sweet spot maybe being that 50-something, 60-something person that skews on the active side. We're definitely going to incorporate the pictures you see here are just some things that we're going to incorporate into our shore excursion opportunities. We'll have different levels for different levels of activity. So, if you're not super adventurous physically, as long as you're adventurous in spirit, you'll have a great time on board our ships. But we're going to have some fun opportunities. We'll have hot air balloon rides that you can take in Cappadocia. We're going to have skydiving and hang gliding available. We're going to do paddleboarding in the glaciers. We're going to have all these types of really unique and fun different things, all with an Atlas twist. We're definitely going to have enrichment on board. So we'll have experts that come on board to talk about the destination, the history, the culture, so that you really engulf yourself in where you're visiting. And in our expeditions, we'll have a whole expedition team with experts that will be there that focus on geology, that focus on glaciology, naturalists, of course, ornithologists that study birds, so that the people that come on board really, really want to immerse themselves in the wildlife, what they're seeing, and really enjoy their experience. So
who's like your ideal client for this? I mean, I know obviously adventure, but like what's the demographic of this?
We definitely feel, again, that age range will be somewhere in the 45 to 65 range. You know, most of the time, and a lot of the research that we've done based on what we're offering, we do feel that we'll probably get a lot of empty nesters. The one thing that we think everyone will have in common on board our ships will be experienced in what we call experienced explorers, the people that are well traveled already. They may not be cruisers, they may be first-time cruisers, that's okay, but people that love to travel and love to go to destinations that are very different and maybe off the beaten path. We feel like we'll attract people that want to go to ports they've never been to, that like to go and explore on their own, as well as explore, you know, with a small group of people. And we're really looking forward to seeing who we attract based on the brand that we've built. And I think it's going to be very appealing to a lot of people. It's a small ship, it's a small environment, and our ship will be able to navigate into these smaller ports of call and destinations. So you can, again, take kind of a deeper dive into some of these areas of the world that maybe you haven't been to before, or maybe you've been there, but you want to go back and learn more.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I mean, it's just so exciting because it's such an intimate space and an intimate ship going to just exotic destinations. So it's not your repeat brand
For sure.
experience that you're having summer after summer and so forth. So it's just so exciting. Okay, keep going.
I think we'll probably be pretty popular when, you know, everything kind of gets back to travel and cruises are back in the water again. I think that a lot of people who you know, previous cruisers before will take a closer look at smaller ships as well. I think that's going to be super popular, and we're happy to be able to provide that new experience as well. So I just kind of put a few things to note about our first ship, the World Navigator here. She debuts in July of next year. So we've got a little bit of time ahead of us. She's looking great. We have all kinds of updates and photos from the shipyard, and she looks amazing. But we're a green ship because we go to remote destinations and we get into these smaller ports of call. It's really important to us as a company that we are environmentally advanced. So we'll have the propellerless hybrid propulsion, which means that we consume a whole lot less fuel. It's a really cool thing. I watched the whole video on our shuttle jets and everything. I'm not super technical, but I thought it was neat. And then we have our anchorless positioning system as well, which means that anytime that we're sailing, like in Antarctica or anywhere actually, it allows us to get into different ports of call without disturbing any of the marine environment. So again, super important there. And because our ships are just under 10,000 tons, in warm water destinations, we'll have 196 guests total. That's double occupancy. In Antarctica, we'll only have 186 guests, and that's because we set aside some of our staterooms for our experts and our expedition team to come on board as well.
And I really feel like those smaller numbers are going to be really appealing during COVID.
For sure. And, you know, and I think too, it's just a different environment altogether. This is not your typical cruise. It's certainly not your typical mass market vacation. So even for those diehard cruisers that have done a lot of different lines, even some of the luxury lines, I think this will be a completely different departure for them and a new experience as well. You know, we'll have, like I mentioned before, the latest and greatest technology on board and safety protocols, and we'll make all of those adjustments and have everything in place by the time of our launch. So we're looking forward to being able to share more of that information as we get a little closer to it. But we only have 98 staterooms and suites on board. We have 3 different categories of 1-bedroom suites with an extended exterior balcony. And we have 4 categories of veranda staterooms and two types. And what I mean by that is we've got your traditional outdoor balcony. You slide your door open, you walk outside, and you can sit outside on your balcony, a 52 square foot balcony. Or we have what we call a Juliet or a French style balcony, which really we take the balcony square footage and we incorporate that into the living space of the stateroom. And we've got the floor to ceiling windows. The top portion of the window opens up so you can take in the fresh air from that. And when you're done, you can close that and you have that extra living space. So we've got two different types of balconies and a couple different deluxe categories, a little bit larger. We've got just a handful of outside staterooms. We don't have any insides. You know, we want to make sure that we have a range of different price points for people, but all in that luxury, casual elegance as well.
And speaking of price points, where is like a starting price point for this product?
Well, you can kind of average it out. It's hard to give an exact estimate. I always have to preface it with depends on the itinerary you choose and the stateroom category, of course. But we are on average about $800 to $1,000 per person per day. And before you go, oh, that's not a lot of money, it's really an amazing value, and I'll show you on a couple slides from now exactly what that includes. That includes your round trip airfare as well, in addition to everything on board, all of your meals, all of your premium wines and spirits, all of your gratuities, suite guests have a butler service that's included, your Wi-Fi, everything. So the idea is you don't have to worry about anything from the moment you step out of your home and get on that plane for your vacation. It is an Atlas experience. To, from, and back home as well. So that's kind of the idea behind all of it. So it's a great value. So in addition, we've got a 1 to 1.4 crew to guest ratio. So again, that luxury service that a lot of people are used to and are looking for in their vacation experience. Because she's a small ship, we have 4 different dining venues plus 24-hour room service. No one's going to go hungry. We want that casual, relaxed feeling on board, so it'll always be open seating. We're never going to tell somebody exactly when and where they have to eat. We have 1 main dining room and an alfresco dining area just off the main dining room. We'll have a grab-and-go option in our wellness center area, and then we'll have a casual pool deck cafe. And we have 2 main lounges. One is an observation lounge. So you see in the picture that kind of dome all the way forward, that blue circle at the front, that is part of our observation lounge all the way forward. It's got these amazing views that go almost, not quite 360, maybe a little more than 180 views around. That's a great lounge. And then we'll have one on deck 4 as well with our main auditorium where all of our nightly entertainment will take place, our briefings for all of our expeditions, and then of course our experts on our other itineraries will speak there as well. We have a pool and heated pool and hot tubs, a fitness studio, a sea spa that we have partnered with L'Occitane. They have the most amazing, like great smelling lotions and soaps, and they're upscale for sure. And so they'll actually be providing all the products and running our sea spa, but also all of those products will be in each of the stateroom bathrooms, which is great. And then Water's Edge, which is almost one of my favorite things to talk about. So if you look at the photo here, all the way forward in the bow of the ship, that outdoor deck space is what we call Water's Edge. It's about 30 feet above sea level, and you can actually sit out there. We'll have heated benches out there in our cold water destinations, but you can sit out there and view the wildlife. You can sit out there during our scenic cruising. When we're cruising the Amalfi Coast, you'll be able to actually go outside and really feel like you're experiencing that. And I think that's one thing that these new big ships these days forget about. They've got all these great bells and whistles, but they forget to incorporate deck space, which is so important, especially for those who love to explore. So I always like to point out Water's Edge. I think it's a great thing that we have and a great feature on our ship. So all-inclusive all the way is how we tout ourselves. And like I said, everything that we include in the price is listed right here on this slide, which is amazing. So obviously all of your...
Because one of the things that I find is people come in on even just a Royal Caribbean cruise or something, and they come in at a low cost, but there are so many additions with the, adding the drink package and the restaurants and the shore excursions and the air that you could really, and listen, everybody out there watching this, you could really be going on a luxury line
Oh,
and
yeah.
upgrading for probably close to around what you're spending on just a mass market
For sure.
US line.
I challenge you to do the math. I mean, it really does make sense, especially if you want a little bit larger stateroom, you want a little more of an intimate experience on board and not be around hundreds of other people. But on top of that, obviously, everything's included. So your premium beer, wine, and spirits, your non-alcoholic beverages, there's no charge for that. Obviously, we're a green ship, like I said. So we have reusable bottles with filtered water that will be included, the L'Occitane bath amenities. We are giving a free shore excursion in select ports, depending on the itinerary. We'll also have bicycles, kayaks, and paddle boards available in our warm water destinations for our guests on board. In the cold water for Antarctica, because there are safety regulations, those will be optional. We'll have optional kayaking and optional paddleboarding in the cold water destinations, but they are at a charge because they have to be guided, and you have to.
We do have a question on Antarctica really quick.
Sure.
What's your ice class for the Antarctica?
We are a polar category C, and our ice class is 1B. So we are reinforced. We have the reinforced hull and able to actually navigate through the ice. Because we have under 200 guests, we'll have 186 guests in Antarctica. That means we can do 2 Antarctica landings per day, which is amazing. And you can have 100 guests at a time off. So essentially the entire ship can get off in Antarctica and explore. Not a lot of ships can do that. There's an awful lot of other ships in our competition that's out there that can only do 1 landing a day. That's 100 people a day. That's not nearly the amount of people on their ship. So it's super important to us to be able to give that experience to all of our guests on board. So, and all of our Antarctica landings and all of our ice cruisings on our Zodiacs, we have 18 Zodiacs on board. They'll all be included in the price. So there's no additional charge for the expedition. That is fully included. If you want to do extra things like camping on the ice or snowshoeing or kayaking or paddleboarding in the glacier water, that stuff is all guided. So those will be additional charges, but your Zodiacs, your expedition with our expedition team, all that's included in the price. Obviously, we've got our laundry and dry cleaning services on board. It's important to some people. So ladies, if you're like me and you don't like to pack a lot, I mean, I always overpack, but you don't have to worry so much about it because you can just get it done on board. Standard Wi-Fi is included. Gratuities are all included in the price. If you have a suite, butler service is included. And talk about being spoiled, and once you have a butler, you'll never go back. Round trip ground transfers, and of course the big kicker is the 16 different gateways in the U.S. and Canada. Your airfare is included. So,
and now is that in first class or economy?
That is economy. However, we have a promotion going on till the end of the month that we give a free business class upgrade to any suite guests and economy plus air for any other stateroom categories for warm water. So super exciting. And we've always got...
Really quick there, do you have a self-service laundry or is it just full service laundry?
It'll be full service.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Even better.
Even better, I think. Yeah. Okay.
So, but all of this is included with every single one of our journeys that you take. So again, a super great value. You don't have to worry about every single thing. I wanted to share a few renderings. Obviously, our ship's still in the shipyard, and I wanted to share a few of these with you so that you can see. This is one of our Juliet or French-style balconies I was telling you about. So the photo on the right-hand side, you can see that floor-to-ceiling window, and that black bar across the center. Anything above that black bar opens up, so you can take in the fresh air, see the sights. Wow. And when you're done, you just close it, and you've got all of that additional living space and an extended area that you can enjoy. So again, we have the traditional outdoor balconies too, but I always thought it's a great way to show what that looks like.
Right.
I thought these are really pretty. This is our rendering of our hallway, and again in that very nice luxe style. And then the other photo is a rendering of one of our 1-bedroom suites. So we'll have 2 exits onto that exterior balcony, one from the sitting area or living room area and one from the bedroom area. So a really nice space there. We do have, by the way, triple accommodations. We don't have any quads, but we do have some triples. Okay. A lot of people ask, are we family friendly? Because of the nature and the size of our ship, we don't have a children's program, but we certainly don't exclude kids. So if people want to come with their families, we figure at this price price point, there's going to be an awful lot of people that are interested in bringing their families along and having these experiences with them, and we welcome that opportunity. But we do have to mention that there is a safety age regulation for Antarctica. Kids must be 8 years or older in order to sail on those ships there because of the regulations with the Zodiacs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And here's some more renderings of our venue. So that top picture there is of our observation lounge with the dome I pointed out. So again, you can see that there'll be really amazing, almost 360-degree views that you can, if you don't want to sit outside on water's edge all the way forward on deck 5, you can be up on deck 7 in our observation lounge and take a look. And again, when we're in Europe cruising the Amalfi Coast and it's so stunning, when we're going through the Corinth Canal, it's a 4-mile stretch cut through the rock and only 70 feet wide. It's just an incredible place to go. Or when we're in Antarctica, of course, and you want to do some whale watching or enjoy it but not be outside in the elements, it's a great place. We have our auditorium where we'll do a lot of our briefings. We'll have our nightly entertainment on board there, our pools and our hot tubs, and our dining, and of course our sea spa as well.
Yeah, it looks so gorgeous. I love how sleek it is.
Thank you. I'm excited. I can't wait. Our cuisine on board, we really are focused on bringing the experience from shoreside on board the ship. We want to make sure that everyone feels that they are really engulfing themselves in the culture and the cuisine of the destinations that they're visiting. So our executive chef and his or her team will make sure that they incorporate a lot of local ingredients into their menus. They'll go ashore and buy fresh produce and spices and make sure that they incorporate that. We are working with a 2-star Michelin chef to put together and help us design all of our menus. So all of our menus will be Michelin inspired. And again, we really want to showcase the destination through our food as well and everything that we do. But everything right down to our signature craft cocktails will have a little bit of an Atlas twist to it. So it should be fun. And then our destinations, basically our inaugural season kicks off in July of 2021, and it will take us from the Aegean Sea through the Black Sea, Holy Land, Western Med, and again, that transatlantic crossing with a lot of sea days. And then we'll end up in the Caribbean and do a Caribbean Amazon cruise. We'll come down the coast, eastern coast of South America, and end up in Antarctica. So right now, our published itineraries will feature everything from July of 2021 through March of 2022. Right. We're hoping that we'll have more to share with you in the coming weeks of our itineraries beyond March of 22, and also what our next ship, the World Traveler, will be doing as well. So stay tuned for that.
What do you think is going to be the most popular? Like, what are you already seeing as being like the gangbuster right out of the chute itinerary?
So there's been a few. Obviously, Antarctica is a bucket list destination for many, many people. So that's been very popular. We have one particular itinerary that is our solar eclipse itinerary that happens once every 400 years. So that's been super popular for Antarctica. But in Europe, we've had some huge success with advertising a lot of our Black Sea destinations because they're going to some of these really unique ports of call in Russia and stopping in the country of Georgia. We even have what we call max shore itineraries that tie 2 back-to-back cruises together with a fully immersive and inclusive luxury land tour as well. So we have a number of those itineraries where we've put like our 2 Black Sea cruises together. We put our two of our Holy Land cruises together for a 24-day basically excursion. It's a cruise in the beginning, a land tour in the middle, and a cruise at the end. But again, we take care of everything start to finish. Right. So those have been super popular as well for people who have a little bit longer to go and explore. Right. And again, right down to our Western Med cruises that are a little bit shorter. Most of our cruises are about 9 to 12 days in length on average. Okay. But we do have some 7-night cruises as well. Our iconic Greece and Italy cruise is super popular. Our bucket list Mediterranean cruise as well that makes some, pretty typical stops along the way in the Med. But again, it's definitely popular and we've got something for everyone.
Right. Okay.
So again, we focus a lot on Antarctica as well because we are an expedition brand as well. And, you know, who hasn't been to the seventh continent? It's on most people's bucket lists, and definitely an experience that that you want to have in your lifetime if you have that opportunity. We've got 3 different itineraries. There are a 9-night and then 2 12-nights. The Crossing the Circle 12-night cruise is a one-time cruise in February of 2022. And the Antarctic Solar Eclipse is in November of 2021. And again, a one-time, but most of them are the 9-night round trip Ushuaia. All of our itineraries will feature captain's choice, which means that our captain will actually be in contact with all of the other ship and boat captains in that area. And they will talk about the best places to see wildlife, the best places for the ice calving. And obviously they talk about the weather because it does change very quickly in Antarctica. But again, with our inclusions, not only are we including the full expedition with our expedition team and our 18 Zodiacs, but we also give you bright green parkas, just like you see in the picture here. We give those to all of our guests that come on board, so you don't have to pack. Again, ladies, that packing thing. You don't have to pack your big heavy coat. We will actually give you a parka, and you can take it home as a souvenir afterward. Okay. We'll give you muck boots. These are these big rubber boots that come up above your knees. You don't get to keep those. I don't think you really want to keep those. But we'll suit you up, and we have a whole area on deck 3 called our mud room. Once you have your briefing with our expedition team, you come down to the mud room. That's where you'll gear up. You'll put your parka on. You'll put on your muck boots. They'll give you flotation devices and give you kind of the safety rundown one more time. And then our expedition team will actually help you get onto the retractable platform and load into the Zodiacs to do your wet landings, to get off the Zodiacs and actually go explore in Antarctica. So a really amazing, incredible experience that if you haven't had it, again, hopefully it's on your list and you'll want to do that. The wildlife there is going to be amazing. You know, obviously Antarctica is known for penguins, it's known for seals, it's known for whales, and of course the birds. Will have ornithologists that study birds on board that be able to talk you through what to expect and to see as well.
I feel like my trips and ship travel tribe, so to speak, is hearing me talk about Antarctica every single week. So there's a pattern here, people. And you can tell it's just not me telling you, it's every single company I bring on right now is super excited about Antarctica too, because it's our hottest destination right now.
Sure. It's definitely the
hottest destination right now. So, okay.
Awesome. Well, and I mean, that was basically my rundown. I wanted to make it more of an informal chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have specifically about the ship, about our itineraries, about our inclusions, anything you have. Let me know. I'm here and I'm excited to share with you.
Yeah, if you're watching, you can go ahead and ask questions in the comments, and she'll be happy to do it, to answer those. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in the business.
Oh, well, I love that topic. I feel like I was born on a cruise ship. I actually took my first cruise at the age of 7, and I told my parents on board that ship that when I grew up that I wanted to work on a cruise ship when I grew up. And I am very goal oriented, so that's exactly what I did. So at the age of 20, I actually worked on board ships for about 5 years in the entertainment and the shore excursions department. And then when I got off ships, I mean, it's in your blood. The travel industry and the cruise industry is just something that sticks with you. Right. And I went from there and I worked for Porthole Cruise Magazine for about 8 years. And I ran actually their shopping division. They do a port and shopping program. So you go ashore and you have a map and you go to the different recommended and guaranteed stores. I did that for about 14 different cruise lines for them. Okay. And then I worked for a large travel franchise company, a travel agency, and I ran their travel agent training department for about 9 years. And then I worked for a supplier, worked for 2 major cruise lines, co-branded, and did that before I had this opportunity at Atlas. And I have to say, as much as I love the industry and have loved the different cruise lines in the past, Atlas gets me super excited. And I think it's just being part of something new and watching it grow and being able to have such a close-knit team to really, you know, see it develop along the way, and giving your feedback has been super exciting. I can't wait. Small ship cruising for me is the way to go on a personal level. I feel like that's really the way that I'd love to travel.
Right.
So yeah, I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited to see our ship when it comes out and get to visit the destinations and be able to come give you more information about it.
So when's the first sailing again coming out?
First sailing is July 17th of 2021 in the Aegean Sea. It's Valletta, Malta to Athens. It's an 11-night cruise.
And you're already taking deposits. How do the deposits and the money, the finances and the terms and conditions work with you guys?
So right now we have a promotion called On Your Way, and that, among other things, gives you a 50% reduced deposit. So right now for your stateroom deposit it's $500 per person. For suites, it's $750 per person. And once you're ready to put that deposit down, the deposit, obviously you can once you can submit your name and pick out your stateroom number, and it's guaranteed at that point. Final payment has been reduced now. It was 120 days out. Now it's 90 days out, so it gives you time. And we do have a flexible voyage change policy. We realize that right now it's forefront on everyone's minds given the current global circumstances. So you are able to change your voyage up to 30 days prior to any other published voyage without any sort of penalty. If for some reason you can't go 30 days prior to the trip, we can issue you a future cruise credit, and those are fully transferable to friends or family members if you want. If you can't go, you want to give it to someone else. But we're trying to be as flexible as we possibly can, as close in as we possibly can.
Right. Well, it's been so great having you on tonight. We have Cathy Kusuma, Atlas Ocean Voyages, brand new line that's coming out. It's for you luxury adventure travelers. And I'm Angela Hughes, a luxury travel entrepreneur. I'm the owner of Trips and Ships Luxury Travel, where we've got a dozen agents and advisors ready to help you book your next cruise or your next adventure. And I think this line has so many amazing things to offer that I feel like it's going to be a super good fit for a lot of our tribe out there. And so give us a shout out. If you have questions, put them in the comments and we'll make sure you get them answered. And any last words, Cathy?
I just really thank you for the opportunity, and I can't wait to welcome all of you on board. So thanks so much, and thank you for being a great partner, Angela. I think you're doing a great job, and thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. See you later.
Take care. Bye.